After 8 years of Ukrainian control in the Donbas, an environment of panic spread across the region. This is still the case amid the destruction left by the clashes residents used as human shields observe the devastation that could have been avoided. Baffled at their side of their land, this story by Special Envoy Alejandro Kirk expands on the matter.
These are not the faces of victorious and joyful beings. This is Mariupol. They are the Russians of the Donbas, the majority of the population here. A story of horror lies behind each and every one. A few days ago, there were the human shield forces indoctrinated in a regime of hate towards the neighbor, if the neighbor is Russian, and they are. Since 2014, any Russian in Ukraine became citizens with less rights. Their language was banned, their organizations were declared illegal. The fate of these people was to disappear, to be Ukrainized, leaving behind the story and culture. That became one big threat. But here today, it's hard to simplify and render those thoughts. Maybe it would have been best to continue to be oppressed and not to lose my home. And who's my neighbor anyway? If I speak now, will there come a night to slit my throat? The priority now is to survive, eat, drink, find the missing relatives. How many are there? Where will they be? Any country, I think, could have influence, but they didn't because of interest. And in the end, everyone let this happen, especially the sides that are in conflict. Then there is everybody else. Everyone let this happen. I don't understand what is at stake. Again, letting this happen, letting people suffer like this, letting people die, children, the elderly, women, anyone at all. This shouldn't have been allowed. In Kramatorsk, north of Donetsk, in an area still under Ukrainian control, a missile hit a train station full of people who were trying to run away from the war. Over 30 civilians died, 10 were injured. The immediate blame, naturally, was put on Russia, even though the missile was Ukrainian.
Today is a dark day due to the tragic news we received only a couple of hours ago from Kramatorsk. It really isn't new to us, the fact that the Ukrainian authorities and the armed factions of Ukraine inflict on this bloodshedding provocation. Similar events transpired in Donetsk in March. All I can say in this case is hold on, friends. We are doing everything possible to finish this as soon as we can, to achieve the objectives of the special military operation, which are to demilitarize and free our territory.
This Russian expert has been studying the war launched against Russia annex in Ukraine for years.
5 days ago, I was on the base of that's noticed Azov, which was based on Mariupol and other places, and everything where there was with Nazis swastika, and they have books about Nazis, and they even have those slogans "Ukraina ponad uсе." These mean that that's like Deutschland über alles. The main thing is under everything is Deutschland from Adolf Hitler time. So and those people from Azov, they torture people from Mariupol for 8 years. They kill them, and according to our information, more than 1,000 people disappeared for 8 years.
The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, introduced 2 militants of the neo-Nazi Azov battalion in front of the Greek parliament as heroes. With Greek roots, he said. They fight for freedom. In the Donbas and in Crimea, the Greek population is large. They have been here for generations, but they keep the culture alive the best they can. They don't associate along with Nazis because their fathers and grandfathers fought them. Back in the 45s, when our grandparents and great-grandparents watched the war against fascism, they never thought the grandchildren would have to rise and fight one more against the very evil, pure fascism. I can't call it by another name. I've seen so much in these 7 years that it's totally surreal. There are all sorts of atrocities. I don't understand what goes through their heads, how they think, or how they will live after this chaos.
Cristian Inostroza y Alejandro Kirk, Telesur, República Popular de Donetsk.